yahawah the blindness of the apostles of James here. Let's do and shalom to the brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and in honesty. This is a share from James Vigilant, and I just want a small breakdown. Alright, it's about the RFID chip, but mostly about that when you take this RFID chip, you basically sign over to esau and give him the allowance to do anything to you, yeah, right? Because you now choose the side of esau, you choose him to be your God. Therefore, the Lord Yahawah will remove the protection from you, yeah, because you forsake the Lord, so therefore he will forsake you. Alright, so let's get into it. Revelation 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? Yeah, so we who keep this truth dear to our heart and believe that the Lord Yahawah will save us, right, will protect us, will give us the promise that he has promised us, right, even through death, right, we will basically not worship the image of the beast, right? And the image of the beast is ultimately the system, right? This new world order system. And how it shows is you worship the image of the beast is ultimately taking the RFID chip, right? Because that shows that you're tied in, that you're now juiced into the system, because only that way you're going to be able to buy and sell in the system, if you receive that mark, right? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And we're gonna get the word mark is from the Greek charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark of a mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark brand upon horses, thin carved sculpted graven work of idolatrous images, right? So therefore it's going to be well, in this case it's going to be pricked in your body, right, which that goes into this, which is Karax, or word of Karagma, a pale or stake of polycide, right? Polycide or rampart, pales between which earth, stone, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together, right? So it's that sharp stick that as it's the origin from Carasso to sharp into a point, says that syringe needle, which is going to be punctured in your body, right? And it goes down to grapho, which is the important part. This is where it have the information part, so that the device that's going to be pricked into your body, this is what it's going to be entailed of. Grapho, the root for Karax grapho, to write with reference to the form of a letter, delineated or form letter on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material, to write with reference to the content of writing, to express in written character, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, written down or card. So the RFID chip is going to contain all your information, not only banking details, right? Where you can, and if you think about it now, when you go into the bank and signing up, you need most of these things, right, to open a bank account, right? Which your bank account has to do with transaction. You use a credit card for buy things, right? You receive money when you sell things, so on and so forth. It's not the bank, it's not the bank card, but it's that um mark that's going to contain all these information, right? And as I say, when you go to a bank, it asks you for your birth certificate, proof of address, whilst it asks photos, um and I think a few other things, right? So basically, it when you go to the bank, it shows that this is the person who owns this account. And same with the RFID chip, and it pricked in you, and it's not going to be assigned to no one else but you, right? It's going to show that this is a person that has this um RFID chip, and with that RFID chip, this is the person who does all the transaction, right? um right we go receive the mark in the right hand or in their forehead, and that no one might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name here. His wisdom let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, right? It goes into Kaisai stigma, right? And you go down into stigma, you see a mark pricked in or brand upon the body. The ancient oriental usage, slave and soldiers were the name of their or the stamp of their master or commander, brand or pricked cut into their body, right? So this is what you're going to receive, something pricked, cut, punched in your body by a syringe, and then it shows who's who you worship. Basically, when you receive this mark, shows you worship Esau, Edom, you worship the New World Order, right? um yeah, and the Lord will unleash Esau on you for that reason, because as the scripture say, you trust in Egypt, the broken reed, right? Oh yes, so it's in Revelation it mentions, say, you should be killed if you don't have that mark, right? So this is Revelation 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. What you think the major tribulation is, right? He is trying to convince you, say, yo, take this mark and you will live, just like the 7 Hebrews son, say, conform to our ways and make you live, right? So it's going to have you trying, you say, yo, take this and we make you live. Come and join our system and we make you live, right? They say, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life, right? Because anyway you take it, if you receive this RFID chip, right, Esau will have his way with you, right? Because he says, first thing first, he says not a man that keeps his oaths, right? And ultimately, if you do take it, you show who your power is, right? And the Lord will gladly destroy you, because you're not with him. He is not with me, is against me, right? So those who receive that mark is against the Lord, right? It shows where your allegiance lie, right? Yeah, and so yeah. So for us to go read our count to show that when you basically if you received if you refuse the sacrifice Egypt that the Lord will protect you, and if you receive it, the Lord will destroy you. This is Judith 5 and verse 16. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite and the Perizzite and the Jebusite and the Sychemite and all the Girgasites, and they dwell in the country many days. And whilst they sin not before their power, they prosper, because yahawah, that hate iniquity, was with them. Right? Their power who hate iniquity, which is yahawah, his name. Right? They dwell among us when we sin not against him. Right? And ultimately, receiving this device, it tells you, say, oh, if you receive this mark, you will be tormented with fire and brimstone. Yeah? And when they depart from the way which he appointed them, they were discharged in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. Right? So you take this mark, Esau's mark, you sign in your wounded bed, right? You sign in your wounded bed. Not only you show who you worship, but Esau want to get rid of Israel, Esau want to get rid of Israel. So if you get that device, you will ultimately get rid of you, yeah? And the Lord will remove his protection from you, because you have aligned with Esau Edom. So whatever it does to you is your business, right? And that is why 2/3 in the land of America will be destroyed. 2/3 of Israel in the land of America will be destroyed, and a third will be delivered. Those are the ones who reject that mark, who refuse to worship Esau Edom system, right? But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the place where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Right? So it shows you. Yeah, this is definitely what Esau is going to do. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Right? And Esau don't give a damn about not who's not following the Lord. He cares about the ones that are out there in the highways and byways and the hedges, who's following the Lord, because we are the one, we are the bug in its plan, right? Because them on the over there so worship the Lord, that no good. We need all Israel to be like how they were, right? Following all the laws that Esau set up for them so gladly, right? Everybody own way, and are disobedient to everybody. Everybody feel like they are the shit, right? So that's what Esau want us to be like. But the Lord has already chosen a small sanctuary who is going to deliver, because this is the end of Esau's kingdom, no matter how long he tried to prolong it, right? Okay, so I think I read faithful till death. This is the ultimate judgment for who receive this mark. This is Revelation 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wrath of the wine of the wrath of yahawah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb. Yes, so the Lord is going to watch Esau, Edom, and all these other nations send their thermonuclear missiles and watch you who receive that mark get burned there, because he give you over into the hands of Esau, Edom. When you receive this mark, when you decide say, oh, God, going on highways and byways now, put food on my table. Trust what? If food did this, so trust in a which God? You want food? No. And run go take this RFID chip. The Lord are some who say, it's not the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. They trust in their own ways, and the Lord will hand them in the hand of Esau, Edom, to be burned with this thermonuclear destruction that he has on the earth, And if they escape, which all America is going to be burned, the Lord will come in with his chariots with fire, right? Helping adding fire to fire, right? Spice up these nukes, so it touch each and everyone get their fair share of burn and destruction, because the land of America got to be desolate, void of people, right? So with that, I hope this was edifying. Shalom.